Hi, good morning, everyone. We would like to start. So first of all, if somebody forgot it, you can put your phone on silence. It's always good. So welcome to Digital Agency's 2020 Amsterdam event. We're so happy to see you all here today with us. This is an event, this is co-hosted by Google and ADCORE. So Ellie is going to be the Google rep. And my name is Omri Brill, and I'm ADCORE's founder and CEO. So again, welcome. I hope it's going to be an interesting event for you. We're going to try to do it short and sweet, but in same times also enlightened as much as we can. So let's get started. So when we talk about the Google ecosystem, does anybody know how many small do-it-yourself accounts Google have under its network? Any idea? Don't be shy. 50 million. So it's a bit of an overshoot. Any Google wish. any other numbers?
1 million.
1 million. So actually the more accurate number is between actually 4 million to 5 million. So that's a lot of small accounts. And how many small agencies Google have, small partners agency Google have under the network? Any idea? 50,000. So the accurate number is more like 30,000, but it's semi-accurate because that's only the guys that actually is above radar. They have blue badge and they're like partners. But there's a lot of under the radar freelancers and small agencies that basically don't have the badge. So I would say it's a fair estimate to say that there's at least 50,000 agencies worldwide. So this is big numbers we're talking about. And even Google, with all its mighty power and technology and money, having hard time to serve all these accounts and even small agency. So this is exactly why Google partners with us, with ADCORE. ADCORE is a technology company, and basically the entire idea of this partnership is to better serve this audience, the small accounts, small agencies, and this is exactly one of the reasons why we did today's event. So the entire idea of this partnership is to better serve you as a small agency and help you grow and help your account grow with you. But actually our partnership with Google started way back in 2003. We started exactly like you guys today as a small agency. But life were very different back then. I mean, George W. Bush was still a president. Saddam Hussein was still in power, and smartphone looked like this Nokia on the over here. So they wasn't really smart. And not only that, also life were very simple as a SEM account manager. We had only one network, which was search. We had only one device, which was PC. Only one ad type, which was text ad. And only one trigger, which was keyword. Now imagine this and fast forward almost 15 years, and life's got really, really complex. We have so many networks. We have 3 different devices. We have PC, we have tablet, we have mobile. We have more than 10 different type of ads, many key triggers, and not to mention different channels, not only Google. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, so life got really complex as an SEM account manager, and that wasn't the case 15 years ago, actually. But actually, the good news that it's now changing again, and a lot of this change is mainly thanks to AI and machine learning. So we take all this complexity from one end, but we put it within the machine ends and within the algorithm, and instead of us as humans try to now split our campaign for different devices, or maybe split them one ad group per keyword, or split it by different match type, and do so many campaigns and ad groups and stuff like that, we can put now aggregate everything back again and basically let the machine do all the hard work for us. So it's not all the hard work, it's some of the hard work, but it's a really big change, and it's a positive change. But we know it's a positive change. Ellie from Google will tell you it's a positive change, but I'm sure that many of you over here say, yeah, we hear about these buzzwords, we hear about AI and machine learning, but you know what? I like to have the manual touch of my campaign. I like to select my keyword and search them and thank you, but no thank you. We don't really believe in this all AI nonsense. So today's event will prove you otherwise, and not because we are right and because you guys are wrong, because this is the wave of the future, and this is going to make your life simpler, and it's going to boost your performance. And basically that is what it's all about. You would like to from one end to give more value to your end clients, and from the other end make sure that you're not overwhelming with job and doing jobs that the machine can do better than you guys, basically. So, but when we talk about it and we talk AI and machine learning, you should mind the gap. And I'm not talking the gap in the tube in London, but what type of gap am I talking about? Any idea? So actually, I'm talking about two main gaps. The first gap is the gap between how well do we know how the account should be managed and what are the best practice and standard in SEM we should implement on a specific account, and how well do we know how our client should be managed, what the communication we should do with him, what type of a message should we bring him, and the reality on the ground. So I'm sure if we do a quiz, everybody gonna get a score of over 90s because you know the job, this is your profession, and you guys know exactly the standard, the best practices and everything. But if we look at a specific account, then maybe we get a score of 50% because there's a huge gap between how well we know as human we should do stuff and how we do it every day. Because we're not very good in knowing stuff and doing it in the same level in a sense. And this gap need to be narrowed. And another gap that I'm talking about is the gap between, okay, let's say we understand machine learning and AI is our best friend and I would like to use them more, but when we look at the actual account and we have well over 10,000 accounts under the ADCORE umbrella, then 90% of the accounts don't really use AI or machine learning. They're still manual campaign with manual keyword, even manual bidding and stuff like that. So it's a huge gap between where we know we should be and where we are today. And I want you to think about these two gaps as the event goes along and think about, okay, maybe these guys are right. Maybe this is the way of the future, but where am I standing in reality and where am I going? And to help you, we put a very, very friendly map. So if we're talking about 2018, we say it's still high-touch, manual SEM labor, manual campaign, manual keyword selection, manual ads and bidding and stuff like that. So it's a lot of work. Bear in mind that also agency become a sort of commodity nowadays. So there's a big competition. Everybody going to the same client and says, we'll do your campaign management better or stuff like that. So from one end, you have more job to do because if you do it manually, there's more things to take into consideration. But from the other end, it's become more commodity nowadays as well. So that's not exactly good news. And so we want to switch from this environment to a low touch environment, which is going to be 2019. That should be the transition year. So to move your high-touch SEM campaign management to more low-touch campaign management. And hopefully by 2020, the transition going to be finished, and you can become a zero-touch SEM agency. So obviously, life is not perfect, and not all of your accounts and campaign can be zero-touch SEM management. We'll explain what exactly we mean by zero-touch, low-touch, and high-touch SEM management. But even the middle between low touch and zero touch SEM is much better, let's say, than where you currently stand or where we currently stand. So a bit about today's agenda. So the first session going to be held by Eli Lieberman from Google. Eli gonna describe how Google see the digital agencies in 2020. What is the future that Google see for digital agency and what are the major trends? And followed by Eli gonna be Michal from ADCORE that's gonna present AI digital advertising. What is the future of this type of advertising? Then we're gonna have a short break, coffee break. And then we're gonna have two follow-up sessions. The first one gonna be held by Naor from ADCORE as well. He's gonna talk about the future of shopping advertising. And the last session gonna be held by Shani, also from ADCORE, about the future of search advertising. Then we're gonna have a summary session of Q&As, and then obviously a very fancy lunch. Now, Eli told me not to say fancy lunch. So a lunch. But it's still free food, so it's always tastes better, right? So guys, with no further ado, let's start the day and be engaged, ask questions. We would like you guys to be as much involved as possible, so don't be shy. Ellie, please.